Alex, Kevin, congratulations. You guys are in the third and final round of this competition, which means that you're both one step closer to the title of Forge and Fire champion and a check for $10,000. All you need to do now is go home and recreate this iconic weapon from history. The Spada. Good luck, Bladesmiths. We'll see you in 4 days.
Good luck, Kevin.
So it's day one in Belleville, West Virginia. I got a Spada to go make. Let's get crack-a-lackin'. I'm gonna be using 5160. It's a forgiving medium. It'll bring some strength to whatever they're gonna smash, cut, break, kill. So I'm gonna try Big Sexy first to bash down the width of that material to about 2.5, 2.25 inches wide. Come on, dang it, it worked. 4 days isn't enough time to make a Spada. You don't know what the complications are gonna be. Oh, she's getting there, though. I slowly started drawing it out. I'm about 35 inches long. You know, it's just patience, getting the equipment to work right. Tomorrow, pressure will be on because I gotta get this thing quenched. If I don't, I'm behind the ball. Woo!
Definitely excited to be back home, back in my shop where I'm nice and comfortable. I'm gonna do a full Damascus blade with a little bit of a ladder pattern in it. I'm really looking forward to going all out and making something really cool to impress the judges. First press was just nice and quick and light, just to push everything together. And this next press will be a little more aggressive. Probably the most important part of this entire build. My welds seem to have stuck pretty well. I'm gonna start drawing this thing out. I've got one seam that came apart. I think if I just flux it, get it hot, and press it again, should be okay. Let's hope. This might be a make or break moment right here. I really hope that's the only one, but deep down, I'm petrified that there's gonna be more of these seams opening up throughout this billet. As I go to start drawing this billet out, a big seam just opens up right in the center of my billet. So I think my best bet is gonna be to break this billet in half, salvage as much welded steel as I possibly can, and I'll just do a generic random pattern Damascus, but it'll still be a Damascus sword. Well, the good news is both of those seem really solid, so at least got something out of today.
Today, I need to get the blade done and quenched. So I got the shoulders put in. I have the medial ridge where you can distinctly see where it's starting to come together. It's time for the quench. Oh, yeah, look at that. And we're quenching again because I don't have time to F around with a normalization because I went all the way down to the bottom and I felt it bend. I gotta go through all the steps all over again. Still got that bend. I'm gonna temper overnight, and in that process, it'll start to hopefully normalize down. It's hit or miss. It's either gonna go well or it's gonna go wrong. And yeah, it went wrong today.
It's the morning of day two. Definitely had some setbacks yesterday. Starting the day with my billets tacked up and ready for forge welding, and hoping to end the day with a quenched and hardened Spada.
First press. Looks okay so far, but I'm still gonna be really careful. I've got my billet drawn out pretty close to shape. I have just enough length here. You can see I'm kind of forging in that medial ridge already. This is the longest blade I have ever attempted to quench. I pull the blade out of the oil. At the end of the day, I have an intact Damascus blade. So first thing tomorrow, I'm gonna get my blade etched and the handle prepared, and looking forward to a good day.
I'm feeling better than last night because I got the blade tempered and got it straight. Still behind the ball. I'm gonna start to fit up the handle, start looking at different parts and what I think looks well. So my design plan for this pommel is I'm gonna take the two ends of the deer antler and I'm going to carve a lion's head out of them. Hand carving anything is time consuming, so I can't get lost in my head. I'll set it in on top of glow-in-the-dark resin, and then I'll fill that in with a clear epoxy. I'm not walking in there with something plain. Tomorrow, I'm gonna put some bronze metal stain on the blade, and I'm gonna finish this no matter what. It'll be done.
Started day 4. The fatigue of the past couple of days is definitely starting to set in. The blade's been etching in the coffee overnight
To really bring out the contrast.
Yeah, it really darkened up that 1084. So this spatha needs to have a wooden guard and a disc-shaped pommel. So I'm going to do a stacked handle. I'm using ironwood for the guard and the pommel because it's super strong. And then I'm going to use black wood for the main part of the handle.
I've got all my individual pieces of this handle fitted up nice and tight. Gotta get this blade sharpened, and I've never sharpened anything this long before, but I know how to put an edge on a knife. I cannot wait to see this thing put to the test.
Word.
All right, Bladesmiths, your spatha swords look amazing. It's time to find out what kind of lethal damage they can do. To do that, I will take your weapon, deliver some killing slashes and blows on this more than willing ballistics dummy. Alex, you're up first. You ready for this?
Let's do it.
All right, Alex. First up, I can really appreciate the beauty that you have with your Damascus pattern right there. It really stands out. Very clean lines. The medial ridge you have on here, I can imagine how much work that takes to get it almost perfectly straight all the way through to the tip. Your tip is sharp enough to penetrate with a thrust and lacerate on the way out. And most importantly, it will kill.
Thank you.
Good job. All right, Kevin, it's your turn. So you ready?
Hell yeah.
Let's do this.
Alex's spatha just destroyed that ballistics dummy. And now I'm feeling anxious, excited. So I got the adrenaline going.
Doesn't have a ridge, does it?
It's up. No medial ridge on either side of the blade. It's one of the parameters.
Right?
Kevin, your blade must fall within our parameters in order to be tested evenly and fairly with your competitors. Your blade does not have a central ridge. That was a parameter that was outlined before we ever sent you home. And for that reason, you cannot be the Forged and Fired champion. Come on, my friend.
You know, it's just a bummer I can't see it tested. That's what I really want to see. I want to see how it holds up.
Nice work on that handle, brother.
Thank you, I appreciate it. When I was making it, it had the defined ridge in it. Just with the sanding and grinding, it just took more of it off. But this whole experience has been a blast. Congratulations. This isn't a loss. I'm coming home with a $10,000 experience.
Alex, you made a sharp and deadly spatha. But not only that, you made something that is detailed and beautiful. Your attention to detail has elevated you to the title of Forged and Fired champion. Congratulations. Your title comes with a check for $10,000. Good job, brother.
This is pretty wild. I came here to challenge myself and put myself through a super rigorous test, and I came out on top, and it feels great. This $10,000, I'm actually gonna give it all straight to my parents. They supported me through college as I was learning bladesmithing, and they're both getting ready to retire, so this is all going to them.
Bladesmiths, welcome to the Forge. Bladesmiths, it's one thing to ask for blades in a signature style. However, in today's first round of competition, we won't be doing any signature styles. Instead, we'll be making one of Jay Nielsen's favorite weapons. That weapon is the European dagger. Good luck, Bladesmiths. Your 3 hour starts now.
I immediately start to clean off the steel because they've got iron oxide on them. It's really bad for a weld. It's just evil for bladesmiths.
Taking that few extra minutes to clean up that steel is just a smart move.
Oh my God.
Can I get a Band-Aid?
I ran my thumb across 36 grit belt, and it ripped the tip of my thumb off and left it flapping in the wind. I'm off to a wonderful start.
My game plan is build a laminated billet.
Simple, functional, and hopefully if I get a little bit, and pull it off, a little bit of elegance as well.
Doing Damascus steel layering, what I would like to do if I got time would be actually throw a fold in there also so I get a little bit more layers into it. There's 3 different steels in there. I just kind of interlix the layers on it. We'll see what it comes out. Mystery meat.
I'm gonna just go for a stacked billet. I'm thinking I want to get a fold in there and also do kind of like a ladder pattern to go down the point of the blade. I've never made a dagger before, so I'm gonna just wing it, see how it goes from there.
Is Drew underdressed for this?
No, I think Drew's dialed it in, actually.
Hey, Drew.
Hey,
Talk to me about what you're doing with your patterning here.
I don't think it's deep enough.
That's my concern. You've got a large billet there still. You didn't grind in very deep. So if you go to try and pattern that out, your pattern's probably not going to show up.
Yeah. I might fold it over again, get some more layers.
That would be a nice to see. You don't want to put the work into that pattern and have it disappear once you forge it out.
I'm not a fool. I've seen people lose because they don't take advice from the judges, and I'm gonna take every single bit I can get.
It's not sticking at all?
No, it's not sticking at all. I thought I had it pretty clean there.
You might want to open it up and take a grinding wheel to it. Just try and strip anything out, because once it's not sticking now, it's not going to.
Yeah, I know.
We've been talking about this again and again and again. He didn't clean it. He didn't grind that inside.
Hey, Daniel, so you're having problems with things sticking. What's going on?
We'll see if it sticks this time. If it's not, I'm gonna cut it off. I got plenty of material.
You can clean it up and cut it into smaller pieces and do a short stack. That way you have less surface area to try and forge weld. But make sure you get everything cleaned up between those layers, and it'll stick better with the right heat. All right, Mom?
Bladesmiths! 2 hours has elapsed. Look at Larry's mangled mess of metal over there.
Larry might want to think about just starting over real quick.
I think he was squeezing in a tang, but the problem is that steel was already so thin that as he squeezed the tang in, he kind of rolled it in on itself.
It's not gonna work, not gonna work. I have to cut this piece of steel off. Sparky. The only thing that I have concerns about is I hope I got enough meat left to make this tang. Boy, that's ugly.
I think it'll do.
We just had Drew quench his blade.
Quench early.
Yep.
Doesn't hurt the blade. You can grind it, quench the blade.
Yep. Daniel's just quenched his dagger. Take a look at it. I can see the warp from here.
Yeah.
Can you? Yep.
And this sucks. I have it warped right in my tent. My tang's already thin, my blade's already thin. I've got to take more out of it.
Jason, tip first.
Yeah, I'm gonna go rip his hair out. Hey, Jason.
Yeah.
What you got going on? Let me see the blade.
I like how Jay prefaces the tutorial moment with, I'm about to rip that guy's hair out. I'm gonna go talk to him.
You might want to flip that around. Heat up the mass of your blade first, and then flip it around. Yeah, just watch that tip, man.
Thank you. My attention slipped for a moment, and he really saved my butt there.
So right here, you can really see, like, there he goes. Jason's flipping his blade around right now, and you can see that tip's just not as hot, but that entire blade's heated up.
There
he goes. He's in. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Drop your tools, shut down your machines. This round is over. All right, Bladesmiths, over the last 3 hours, you worked on your European daggers. Let's see if your blades are up to specs. Jason, you're up first.
Well, first off, your steel looks really good. It's nice and clean. Love to see a lot of that material taken out, maybe a distal taper put into this. Ricasso is good. Nicely done.
Jason, I like what you got going on here. You've got a lot of meat in here. which is a good thing because if you look down your blade, you've got a twist to that blade. But you still got enough meat on here that you can actually grind that and correct that twist in there. Overall, it came out really nice.
Thank you.
Daniel, you're up.
Right off, the shape of the blade kind of is an issue, but you got plenty of ricasso. It's on the lean side, you know, to continue grinding on this, so I'd be careful on losing more material out of the center of this if you move forward.
Your steel looks good, but you've got quite a warp in here. That can be corrected. And this really isn't a European dagger profile right now. It's actually a leaf-shaped dagger profile.
All right, Drew, please present your work to the judges.
You know, Drew, watching somebody work as well as you did at half of my age really impresses me. Your steel looks good and tight, but you do have quite a warp. There's a few different ways that you can go ahead and fix that, but overall, a very nice job.
Thank you.
All right, so Drew, first off, if you're gonna grind in a vest, make sure it's 100% cotton. That thing can go up in flames. I really like the shape of this. The fact that your ricasso sets in, you just have enough ricasso there. The lines are really clean. I like the fact that that spine goes all the way to the tip. Nicely done. I'm impressed by your work.
All right, Larry, you're up.
Well, Larry, your steel looks pretty nice, but we've got a few different issues here. You're really thin down here and thicker up here, and you've got quite a wave in your blade as well. Big thing, where's your ricasso?
I got behind the 8 ball, ran out of time.
All right, well, that's a problem.
Yeah. Larry, your blade was required to have a ricasso. It doesn't. It's grounds for immediate dismissal from this forge. For that reason, I have to ask you to please leave.
I failed to meet one of the requirements of the ricasso, but I proved myself that I can do this. It was a lot of fun. At 61, hey, I don't think I did that bad. Somebody's got to be going home. I just was really wishing it wasn't me.